government drama llama ding dong talking about the DuPonts again. To get there, though, we need to start with Texas. With the increase of AI data centers going up, they've been noticing a lot of issues with livestock and water and other resources. Texas faces climbing annual temperatures, ever worsening drought, and irrigation and livestock water demand already outpacing available supply. Over 100 more data centers are coming to Texas in an attempt to keep pace with AI's demand for data storage. In Texas, data centers use 25 billion gallons of water in 2025, a number projected to balloon up to 161 billion gallons by 2030. Data centers can affect the quality of the soil and local water sources for farming. Where they built a lot of these things, wells ran dry, and the ones that didn't became toxic with nitrates and heavy metals. It diminishes water health, diminishes soil health, and diminishes even food nutrition itself. There's been a history in the U.S. of taking a little too long to fix things once problems start to arise. The town of Pitcher, Oklahoma is now a ghost town due to mountains of toxic waste. It took a long time before people were able to speak out in Point Pleasant, Texas about the way that the water was being contaminated by the factory there. The Love Canal tragedy pointed out how little we had in place to handle these types of situations. All this to say that the sooner we start noticing issues with water and resources, we need to start fixing them. And that brings us to DuPont. DuPont had developed this thing called Teflon, and part of the issue was that it was putting a lot of contaminants into the water nearby. Residents in Parkersburg, West Virginia, started to get black teeth and all sorts of cancers. A lot of the livestock was dying. And if you want to know how the DuPont family feels about this whole thing with poisoning people and giving them cancer, well, they just kind of want you to get over it. The DuPont family is a chemical dynasty that built wealth by dumping toxins into every waterway, soil sample, and human body in Delaware, expresses mild regret, emphasizes how much they've donated to museums. Yes, we contaminated literally every body of water in Delaware with toxic chemicals, explained family spokesperson James DuPont IV, standing in front of the Hagley Museum, a monument to industrial capitalism built on the site where his ancestors began manufacturing pew powder and environmental devastation. Yes, we knew our chemicals were carcinogenic. Yes, we deliberately hid that information while people died. But look at this museum. We funded this. Can't we just call it even? The admission comes after decades of lawsuits, scientific studies, and investigative journalism documenting the DuPont company's systematic contamination of Delaware with PFAS chemicals known as forever chemicals, because they never break down and will poison the earth for centuries after the DuPont family has spent their blood money. The family pointed to their philanthropic efforts as evidence they've atoned for systematically poisoning an entire state. These efforts include funding museums that celebrate their industrial legacy while downplaying the environmental devastation, endowing university programs that bear their name, and occasionally donating to environmental causes after being forced to do so by lawsuit. In short, we need to keep doing what we're doing, and we need to make efforts to fix this now because it will get worse.